In today's video, we're diving into the world of United States wheat pennies and uncovering 6 of the most valuable and ultra-rare pieces that collectors everywhere are chasing. Their history, rarity, and rising market value make them some of the most exciting treasures in American numismatics. These wheat pennies have stories, mysteries, and price tags that truly set them apart. Let's get into the details and explore what makes these remarkable coins so highly sought after. First up, we're exploring one of the most valuable and expensive United States penny. The Ultra 1926 wheat penny, without a mint mark, has become one of the most fascinating and desirable pieces in the wheat cent series, especially for collectors who focus on high-value coins with real historical weight. Even when found in very dirty condition, this coin still captures attention because of its rising market demand and its strong reputation among numismatists. It is widely seen as a prized treasure due to its age, its scarcity in high grade, and its position within a series that continues to captivate enthusiasts. The 1926 Philadelphia issue holds a special appeal because it represents a classic early Lincoln cent that combines historical charm with impressive long-term value, making it one of the standout coins collectors aim to secure. This wheat penny was minted at the Philadelphia Mint during a period of growing national optimism in the mid-1920s. The country was experiencing cultural expansion, increased industrial activity, and technological progress, and the Lincoln cent remained a symbol of stability throughout these changes. Introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln, the series was already well established by 1926, and the continued use of Victor David Brenner's design connected everyday Americans with the legacy of one of the most influential figures in U.S. history. Although the 1926 penny does not commemorate a specific event, it remains a tangible connection to the past, representing a time when the nation was developing rapidly yet still anchored to its foundational ideals. The design itself contributes to the coin's iconic status and lasting popularity. The obverse features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln that has become one of the most recognized images in American numismatics. The inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" frame the portrait, while the date 1926 appears directly below. The reverse displays the classic wheat ears design, with 2 curved stalks surrounding the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America. Made of 95% copper and weighing 3.11 grams, the 1926 penny follows the standard specifications of wheat cents from its era. Although this issue carries no mint mark, collectors pay close attention to details like sharp lettering, strong wheat lines, and original luster, which can dramatically increase a coin's desirability and overall worth. Rarity is a major factor behind the coin's strong value. While the Philadelphia Mint produced millions of 1926 pennies, most entered heavy circulation and suffered significant wear, surface damage, and dirt accumulation. High-grade examples with crisp detail and solid color are extremely hard to find today. The challenge of locating pieces in uncirculated or near-mint condition adds to the excitement for collectors, driving steady interest in this date. Even without major error varieties or dramatic minting anomalies, the scarcity of well-preserved coins gives the 1926 wheat penny a solid place among valuable early Lincoln cents. Its age, condition sensitivity, and long-standing popularity in the series all contribute to its elevated collector demand. The market value of the 1926 no-mint mark wheat penny reflects its respected status among early Lincoln cents. High-grade certified examples often command prices from $1,000 to $9,500 depending on color designation, strike sharpness, and overall eye appeal. Red or red-brown coins with strong visual presence consistently achieve the highest prices at auctions or private sales. Even circulated examples in very dirty condition can still draw attention because collectors recognize the importance of this date within the wheat penny series. Its historical significance, its classic design, and its steady appreciation trends continue to push its value upward, making it a reliable long-term investment for collectors who prioritize both rarity and visual appeal. Collectors hoping to secure a 1926 wheat penny should prioritize graded and certified coins, especially when aiming for higher value pieces. Certification ensures authenticity and protects buyers from misidentified or altered coins. When considering raw coins, examine Lincoln's hair and beard for strength of detail and check the reverse for defined wheat lines. Proper storage also plays an important role, as exposure to oils, moisture, and handling can reduce both condition and market value. Investing time in learning about reputable dealers, online auctions, and collector communities can offer valuable guidance and help new collectors understand the market. With the right approach, the 1926 Wheat Penny becomes not only a meaningful addition to a collection, but also a steady investment that grows in appeal over time. In closing, the 1926 Wheat Penny without a mint mark stands as a remarkable blend of history, artistry, and rising value. It continues to captivate enthusiasts who appreciate coins with genuine historical character and strong long-term potential. Whether collected for its beauty, its value, or its connection to America's past, this coin remains a prized collectible that offers lasting appeal to numismatists around the world. Its compelling backstory and dependable market performance ensure that it will remain a standout piece in the Wheat Penny series for years to come. And secondly, we're taking a close look at one of the most interesting and surprisingly valuable wheat pennies that collectors often overlook. The ultra-rare 1935 Wheat Penny from the San Francisco S mint mark, in very dirty condition. At first glance, this brown, worn, and neglected coin doesn't look like it should be worth anything more than a cent. But once you understand its background, rarity, and the real numbers behind its value, you'll see why seasoned collectors keep an eye out for this specific piece. So stay with me as we break down every detail, from its history to its market price, and explore the story of why this coin continues to rise in popularity among serious numismatists. The 1935 S Wheat Penny comes from a period when the United States was slowly emerging from the economic strain of the early 1930s. The San Francisco Mint had a reputation for producing lower mintage coins during this era, and even though millions of pennies were struck, only a smaller fraction survived the following decades in collectible condition. Workers at the mint were focused on efficiency and output as the country was trying to restore economic stability, which explains the slight variations in strike quality we see in some surviving coins today. This background gives the 1935 S penny a distinct connection to the nation's recovery period, making it more than just a 1-cent piece. It becomes a snapshot of American resilience and minting history. When we take a closer look at the design, the details become even more interesting. The obverse features the familiar bust of Abraham Lincoln, but on 1935 S examples, especially those found in dirty and well-circulated shape, the contours of Lincoln's beard, cheek, and jacket lines often appear softened or muted. This creates a visual texture that tells the story of circulation. On the reverse, the wheat stalks are typically the first elements to show heavy wear, and in a very dirty example, they may appear faint or partially filled with grime from decades of handling. Yet even in this condition, the S mint mark below the date stands out as the defining feature. That small letter identifies the coin as a San Francisco issue, and for collectors, that single detail changes everything about how the coin is viewed and valued. Rarity is another major factor in what gives the 1935 S its appeal. While the mintage was not extremely low by wheat penny standards, the number of surviving coins in clean, original, and fully detailed surfaces is much smaller than most people expect. Coins that survived in very dirty condition often come from old jars, boxes, barn finds, or long-forgotten drawers, which adds to the story behind each piece. The survival rate in mid-grade and high-grade categories is noticeably lower than common Philadelphia issues from the same era, and this scarcity becomes even more pronounced when collectors seek examples with strong strikes or minimal wear. The dirtier examples may not look pretty, but they still hold value simply because so few original pieces remain in any condition. Collector demand for the 1935 S Wheat Penny has remained steady, and in recent years it has gained more attention from people who specialize in early Lincoln cents. What sets this coin apart is its balanced combination of availability, history, and mint-specific appeal. The San Francisco Mint issues have always held a special place in the Wheat Penny series, and many collectors build sets that focus only on S-Mint coins. As a result, even lower-grade pieces get picked up quickly, especially if they show honest wear and the mint mark is clear. This coin stands out not because it's impossibly rare, but because it completes sets, fills gaps, and has a story that resonates with collectors of all levels. When we look at today's market value, the numbers tell a clear story. In very dirty and heavily circulated condition, the 1935 Wheat penny generally trades between 1,000 cents and $4,000, depending on how dark the surface is, the level of detail remaining, and how bold the S mint mark appears. Slightly cleaner circulated examples can reach $3,000 to $6,000, while mid-grade coins with strong wheat lines can sell for $4,000 to $8,000. High-grade examples, especially those certified by major grading services, can move into the $5,000 to $10,000 range. The finest known pieces, which show a sharp strike and strong red or red-brown color, have exceeded $1,000 at auction. Even though your coin is very dirty, it still holds solid market value because of its scarcity in collectible condition. If you're interested in collecting the 1935 Wheat penny, there are a few things to keep in mind. Condition plays a major role in determining price, so study the remaining details on the wheat stalks, Lincoln's portrait, and the rims. Dirt alone doesn't destroy the value, but avoid cleaning the coin because it can ruin the surface and reduce its worth. Grading is also key, and if you find a sharper example, consider sending it to a reputable grading service. When searching for this coin, check old change jars, mixed penny rolls, inherited collections, and local coin shops. Coin shows and estate sales also remain strong sources for wheat pennies from this era. The 1935 S is a coin that often slips through unnoticed, which makes it a rewarding find for collectors who know what to look for. To wrap up, the 1935 Wheat penny is a standout piece in the Lincoln Cent series. It represents a meaningful chapter in American history, features design details that carry the marks of circulation, and offers genuine value even in very dirty condition. Its combination of historical roots, mint-specific charm, and accessible price range has earned it a solid place in both beginner and advanced collections. As you continue building your own collection, this coin serves as a reminder that rarity doesn't always mean expensive. Sometimes it means understanding the story behind the coin and appreciating its survival. Now that we've covered this important S-mint penny, get ready, because the next coin in our lineup brings an even more surprising jump in value and history that you won't want to miss. And thirdly, we're exploring the captivating world of Lincoln Wheat Cent collecting, the most valuable and ultra-rare 1939 wheat penny without a mint mark, distinguished not by its mint mark, but by its phenomenal variety, even when found in a very dirty and well-circulated state. This particular coin represents the pinnacle of numismatic desire, where condition takes a back seat to monumental rarity and historical accident. Its appeal lies in its sheer elusiveness and the story embedded in its metal, captivating enthusiasts who understand that beneath layers of grime and where can reside a prize of immense worth and significance. For the specialist, securing such a piece is the ultimate achievement, a tangible connection to a famous minting era that elevates it from common change to a legendary treasure. The historical context of this coin is rooted in the final year of peace before global war reshaped the mint's priorities. Struck in 1939 at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally used no mint mark, this cent was part of massive production runs totaling over 300 million pieces. Yet, within this sea of commonality, a handful of extraordinary errors occurred. The most famous and valuable of these is the 1939 double die obverse variety, where a misalignment in the die hubbing process created pronounced doubling on the date and inscriptions. This error was a mechanical mistake in a time of industrial-scale coin production, a fleeting glimpse of imperfection in an era of solid, dependable coinage. Owning such a coin is to hold a unique artifact from the last calm year of the wheat cent's classic era, a year whose coins would soon be replaced by the wartime steel issue. The unique features of the premier 1939 Philadelphia cent are instantly recognizable to the trained eye, even through a dirty surface. On the obverse, Victor David Brenner's portrait of Lincoln remains, but the date and the words, "In God We Trust," exhibit clear, dramatic doubling, most visible in the numerals, 1939, and the lettering. This is not a subtle anomaly, but a bold, collectible error that defines the coin. The reverse features the standard twin wheat stalks, but the true magic is on the front. The coin size and weight are standard at 19 millimeters and 3.11 grams, struck in the usual 95% copper alloy. Its visual appeal in very dirty condition is not one of lustrous beauty, but of undeniable, authentic character, where the prized doubling must be discernible through the accumulated patina and grime of decades in circulation. The rarity of the 1939 double die obverse cent is legendary, with experts estimating only about 10,000 to 15,000 pieces ever escaped the mint, and far fewer survive in any condition today. When discussing an example in very dirty, low-grade condition, the survival rate becomes even more speculative and low. This variety is the undisputed king of regular issue 1939 wheat penny errors, and its scarcity is absolute. While condition is always a prime driver of value in numismatics, for a variety this rare, simply obtaining a legible, authentic specimen is the primary goal for most collectors. The challenge of finding one at all, whether dirty or clean, cannot be overstated, making every example a significant numismatic event and a centerpiece of any advanced Lincoln cent collection. The market value for a 1939 double-die obverse penny in very dirty condition is substantial, firmly placing it as the most valuable regular issue 1939 wheat cent one can own. While a common 1939 penny in the same worn state is worth only a few cents, this variety commands a premium measured in thousands of dollars. For a coin in good to very good condition with heavy, dark patina and dirt, but with the doubling clearly visible, current market values reliably range from $1,500 to over $8,000. The price is directly tied to the visibility of the doubling. The more pronounced it appears through the wear and grime, the higher the value. This represents a tremendous premium for the variety, showcasing that rarity can dramatically outweigh the negative impact of poor surface quality, creating a valuable coin that outwardly appears to be mere pocket change. Collecting tips for pursuing this rarity are centered on authentication and expert verification. Given its value and the prevalence of counterfeits and altered coins, it is absolutely essential to only purchase a 1939 double-die obverse that has been certified and encapsulated by a top-tier grading service like PCGS or NGC. Their labels will explicitly state the variety, removing all doubt. For a coin in very dirty condition, certification also assures that the surfaces, while worn and dark, are stable and have not been harmfully cleaned or damaged. Aspiring owners should monitor major auction houses and reputable dealer inventories, as these coins rarely appear in casual settings. Engaging with specialized numismatic forums and Lincoln cent collecting clubs can provide invaluable alerts and community expertise when an example comes to market. Regarding preservation, even a very dirty coin must be handled with the utmost care. The accumulated patina and grime, if stable and original, should never be cleaned or tampered with, as any attempt will permanently scar the surface and devastate its numismatic value. The coin should remain securely in its professional grading holder, which provides both optimal protection and guaranteed authenticity. Storage should be in a cool, dry place, away from direct light or environmental fluctuations. For insurance and estate planning, such a valuable coin must be individually listed on a collectibles insurance policy with a value backed by recent auction comparables or a professional appraisal. The investment potential of this coin is notably strong, driven by its permanent rarity and iconic status within the series. As a recognized condition rarity with a fixed, low population, the 1939 double-die obverse has shown a consistent appreciation trend over decades. Even lower-grade, dirty examples participate in this market strength, as they represent a more accessible entry point into owning this legendary variety. It is a coin that benefits from continual new collector interest in the Lincoln cent series, ensuring a broad and dedicated base of potential buyers, which in turn supports and grows its market value steadily over time. The 1939 Philadelphia wheat penny without a mint mark, when it is the famed double-die obverse variety discovered in very dirty condition, stands as a powerful testament to the enduring principles of numismatics. Rarity reigns supreme. It is a captivating piece of minting history, a tangible error from a bygone era that carries a value utterly transformed from its face worth. This coin blends historical significance, a unique and iconic feature, and legendary scarcity into a package that defies its worn appearance. For the discerning collector, it represents a pinnacle challenge and a supremely rewarding acquisition, a dirty little secret that is, in reality, a shining star and a prized treasure of American coinage. And fourthly, we're diving deep into one of the holy grails of American coin collecting, a piece of copper that defies all expectations. The most valuable and rare 1932 wheat penny without a mint mark, and the example we're focusing on today is not a pristine gem, but a survivor in very dirty condition. This is the story of a Lincoln cent so rare and so valuable that its worn, grimy surface only adds to its mysterious and incredible narrative. It's a coin that sits in the shadows of the more famous key dates, yet in its own right, it is a monumental rarity that commands staggering prices. The 1932 Wheat Penny is a coin born from the depths of the Great Depression, a time when the demand for new coinage plummeted to historic lows. The United States Mint in Philadelphia struck coins for circulation in dramatically reduced numbers, focusing instead on the new Washington Quarter Series. For the humble cent, production was slashed to a mere trickle. The 1932 P issue had an official mintage of just over 9 million, which is low in its own right, but the true story lies in a small, anomalous batch. A tiny number of these coins were struck without the customary D, or S mint mark for the branch mints, and crucially, without the P that sometimes appears on Philadelphia coins. This created the enigmatic 1932 no mint mark variety. It was likely the result of a minting error, where a working die intended for a proof or special striking was used in the regular production press. This anomaly, coupled with the overall low mintage year, sets the stage for a coin of legendary scarcity. The design is the familiar Victor David Brenner masterpiece that defines the Wheat Penny series. The obverse features the profile of Abraham Lincoln, a design that had been in use since 1909. On a typical 1932 cent, you would look below the date for a small D for Denver or S for San Francisco. On this coin, that space is conspicuously and correctly blank, as Philadelphia coins carried no mint mark. The reverse showcases the iconic two wheat ears framing the denominations 1 cent and United States of America. The motto E pluribus unum arcs along the top. On our very dirty example, these design elements are worn flat from circulation, with the high points of Lincoln's cheek, jaw, and the wheat stalks being nearly smooth. The grime and environmental damage of decades have settled into the remaining details, obscuring the original color and texture, but the core identity of the coin remains unmistakable. Rarity is the absolute cornerstone of this coin's value. While the regular 1932 P is a semi-key date, the no mint mark variety is a profound numismatic ghost. It is estimated that only a handful of genuine examples are known to exist, with some experts placing the number in the low double digits at most. Survival in any condition is a minor miracle. The vast majority of these coins entered circulation unknowingly and were spent, worn down, and lost to time. To find one today, especially in a state that shows it lived a long life in commerce, is an event of immense significance. The very dirty condition we're discussing is not a detriment to its core rarity. It is a testament to its authenticity as a circulating coin that somehow escaped detection for generations. In the world of ultra-rarities, a coin in this state is infinitely more desirable than no coin at all. Collector demand for this variety is white-hot and uncompromising. Within the Lincoln cent series, which includes famous dates like the 1909 SVB and the 1914 D, the 1932 no mint mark sits in an elite tier of conditional rarities. It is the ultimate sleeper find, a coin that could theoretically be lurking in an old roll or a forgotten jar of pennies, though the odds are astronomically low. Advanced collectors and specialists building a complete set of Lincoln wheat cents face an impossible hurdle with this date. Its existence creates a chase that few can complete. This demand is not diluted by the coin's poor condition. Instead, it is focused and intense, coming from specialists who understand that when a coin is this rare, you acquire the example that becomes available, not hold out for a dream grade that may not exist. The market value of a genuine 1932 no mint mark wheat penny in very dirty condition is where the numbers become truly breathtaking. We are discussing a coin that, despite its heavily worn and corroded state, commands a price that rivals a luxury automobile. In today's market, confirmed sales and auction records for low-grade examples consistently fall within the range of $40,000 to well over $60,000. A problem-free but very dirty example, authenticated and certified by a top-tier service like PCGS or NGC, would anchor firmly in the upper half of that range. Any coin with this pedigree, even one stripped of its original luster and caked with the dirt of a century, represents a six-figure asset in the right auction setting. Its value is not in its eye appeal, but in its profound scarcity and its irreplaceable position in the Lincoln cent catalog. For those dreaming of the ultimate coin hunt, the advice is both simple and daunting. First, authentication is non-negotiable. Many altered coins exist where mint marks have been removed from 1932 D or 1932 S cents. Only a certified encapsulation from PCGS or NGC will carry any weight in the market. Focus on the space below the date. It must be completely blank with no evidence of tampering. Given the condition we're discussing, you are not looking for color or luster, but for verifiable detail beneath the grime that matches the correct date and design. Your hunting grounds are the same as for any rare cent. Old estate collections, original bank-wrapped rolls from the 1930s, and accumulations from the early 20th century. Examine every single 1932 penny you encounter with extreme care, using a good magnifier. Remember, you are looking for the absence of something, which is one of the most challenging tasks in numismatics. The 1932 no-mint mark Wheat Penny stands as a giant in the world of American numismatics. Its importance cannot be overstated for the series specialist. It is a coin that embodies the perfect storm of historical circumstance, minting error, and survivor rarity. Its appeal stretches from the new collector who marvels at its story to the seasoned veteran for whom it represents the ultimate prize. A very dirty example does not diminish its status. It confirms its journey through history and makes its survival all the more remarkable. This is a coin where condition is secondary to the simple, staggering fact of its existence. The pursuit of this coin, therefore, is not merely a search for a valuable object, but a quest for a tangible piece of numismatic legend, where even a compromised and weary survivor, shrouded in the grime of nearly a century, holds the power to rewrite a collector's legacy and forever alter the composition of a premier collection, standing as the ultimate testament to the fact that in the realm of rare coins, rarity itself is the highest form of beauty and the most potent driver of value. Now, if you think a dirty penny worth over $50,000 is the peak of Lincoln cent mysteries, wait until you hear about the next coin we're covering. It's a coin from just a few years later, a 1936 cent with a strange, ghostly doubling that wasn't discovered for decades, and in the right grade, it makes the 1932 look almost common. That story is coming up next, so make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell turned on. And at the end, we're going to explore the most valuable and expensive United States ultra-rare, the 1936 Wheat Penny, without a mint mark, has quietly become one of the most talked-about coins among serious collectors, and for good reason. At first glance, it looks ordinary, especially when it's covered in years of dirt and oxidation, but that rough condition can hide a fortune. This is one of those United States ultra-rare pennies that people underestimate until they learn the numbers behind it. When a coin like this shows up in the right grade or with the right features, the value doesn't just rise, it launches. Today's collectors aren't just searching for a piece of history. They're searching for a life-changing discovery that can turn an overlooked penny into a priceless prize. What makes the 1936 no-mint mark Wheat Penny so important is how it represents a moment when American coinage was shifting, and subtle variations in production created rare combinations that today's experts chase relentlessly. Millions were struck in Philadelphia, but only a microscopic fraction survived with the traits collectors want. Even fewer survived in a condition strong enough to command serious money. And the rarest of the rare, especially when paired with historic minting anomalies, can reach extraordinary prices in today's market. The value skyrockets because demand never stops. Collectors want the finest examples they can find, and they will pay aggressively to secure them. When we talk about coins worth millions of dollars, people assume it has to be a silver dollar or a gold piece with a famous story. But the truth is that a single rare wheat penny can compete with the most valuable United States coins ever sold. These ultra-rare pieces don't follow the normal rules of value. They are unpredictable, explosive, and capable of turning an ordinary collector into a millionaire overnight. All it takes is one coin with the right combination of rarity, condition, and historical significance. That's why experts treat these coins like treasures instead of spare change. They know what a powerful investment opportunity looks like. A 1936 wheat penny in very dirty condition may appear worthless, but that dust and grime can be hiding crisp details, doubling effects on the date, or dramatic strike anomalies that transform it from common to exceptional. Cleaning the coin destroys value, so that natural dirt becomes part of the mystery. The challenge is identifying whether the coin's true details are strong enough to unlock serious money. Some of the most expensive pennies in U.S. history were pulled out of jars, drawers, old boxes, and forgotten savings tins where they had been sitting for decades in terrible condition. Dirt doesn't matter. Rarity does. Collectors especially look for unexpected traits. Unusual die wear doubling, sharp relief in the wheat stalks, or the boldness of Lincoln's profile. These tiny details decide whether a 1936 penny is worth a few cents or thousands of dollars. When you combine rarity with a coin that still has powerful eye appeal beneath the surface grime, its value launches into a different universe. That's why professional graders often re-examine 1936 pennies with extra care. They know this date can produce surprises that other years cannot match, and those surprises are where the biggest money is found. Right now, the coin market is more competitive than ever. United States coins that once sold for a few $100s are now selling for 5 and 6 figures. Ultra-rare wheat pennies have topped auction prices nobody expected. A single coin can hit numbers that sound unreal. This is why collectors say these coins aren't just historical artifacts. They are wealth, pure and simple. They are assets capable of multiplying in value as demand grows. And every year, new collectors join the search, pushing prices even higher. When a 1936 penny with a special trait hits the market, it becomes a bidding war. The reason these coins hold such explosive power is because they are disappearing. As the years pass, fewer original examples survive. Many were damaged, cleaned, melted, lost, or circulated into oblivion. That slow disappearance increases rarity, and rarity increases value. Every remaining high-quality piece becomes more important, more desirable, and more valuable. That's how a small copper penny becomes a financial powerhouse, one that experts treat like fine art or rare technology. And when collectors realize how few are left, the rush to secure one intensifies. So take a moment to think about the coins you might already own. Maybe they're tucked away in an old piggy bank, stored in a family box, or hiding in a pile of forgotten pocket change. Most people never check their oldest coins, and that's where the biggest discoveries happen. Coins like the 1936 no-mint mark wheat penny have turned average people into overnight millionaires because they simply paid attention. These coins are not just metal. They are potential wealth waiting to be recognized. All it takes is one rare date, one unique trait, or one overlooked detail. Collectors around the world respect the 1936 wheat penny because it represents everything exciting about numismatics: mystery, rarity, history, and unexpected value. The coin tells a story of the United States during a time of recovery and transformation. It represents craftsmanship, survival, and the surprising truth that even the simplest coin can become a legend. When you hold one of these rare pieces, you're holding a piece of America that has traveled nearly 90 years through families, pockets, banks, wars, and generations. That journey adds depth to its value and makes it far more than just currency. One of the reasons the 1936 wheat penny without a mint mark continues to fascinate collectors is because every discovery feels personal. Unlike coins that are locked away in museums or deep private vaults, this penny still shows up in everyday life. People find them at yard sales, inside inherited boxes, in old trunks, or mixed with modern coins that are barely worth a cent. That sense of possibility is what makes this coin special. It creates a thrill that keeps collectors searching, hoping, and imagining what could be hiding in the next handful of change. It proves that even in today's digital world, treasures from the past can still appear in the most unexpected places and turn an ordinary day into a remarkable one. As more collectors begin researching ultra-rare U.S. coins, the spotlight on the 1936 no-mint mark wheat penny grows brighter. Videos, auctions, and collector forums talk constantly about the rising prices and market pressure pushing rare pennies toward record-breaking numbers. This rush of interest doesn't just keep the value stable, it drives it higher. A coin that once seemed like an affordable collectible is now a highly desired asset that investors watch closely. And when a dirty, worn, or oddly struck 1,936 penny surprises experts during grading, the news spreads fast. It becomes a story that attracts attention worldwide, adding even more demand and even more competition among collectors determined to capture the next big prize. In the end, the power of the 1936 wheat penny comes from the combination of its mystery, rarity, and potential. Every example tells a slightly different story, shaped by how it was struck, where it traveled, and how it survived. That individuality gives each coin its own identity, and collectors value that uniqueness as much as the copper itself. When a coin carries this level of historical weight and financial potential, it becomes more than a collectible. It becomes a symbol of discovery, luck, and fortune waiting to be uncovered. That's why the search never ends. Because somewhere out there, maybe in someone's old jar, glove compartment, or childhood collection, another ultra-rare 1936 penny is waiting to be found. If you've ever wondered why certain coins command massive prices, this is the perfect example. It's not about size, metal, or weight. It's about rarity, story, and collector demand. The 1936 Wheat Penny, without a mint mark, sits among the most intriguing coins in American history because its value can shift dramatically in an instant. If the right features are present, this humble penny has the power to change your life. That's why you should always check your coins carefully. You never know which one might be your ticket to unimaginable wealth.